Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between and unperturbed, your chairperson, Justin Elizabeth Sayre.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at it. It's the whole gang's here. You can see the herpy just trace itself through the crowd. She gave it to him, gave it to him, gave it to him. Oh my goodness. Good evening. Welcome to the meeting of the International Order of Sodomites. I am, as always, your chairperson, Justin Elizabeth Sayre, reminding you that the International Order of Sodomites is a centuries-old organization promoting the lives and legacies of the LGBTQIA community. Basically, all of Gen Z. We're just geared toward the young now. I'm sorry, everybody. Forget Joan Crawford, it's Olivia Rodriguez. There's so many of us now. I saw that number, I was like, and they're still young. They're still processing. There's still Smith to get through. It's for my ladies. I hear you, I see you. Oh my goodness. No, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else unperturbed or unbothered, I was walking the streets, as you do, and, you know, never know what's gonna happen. Luck may just be right around the corner. And I was walking through, and I have to tell you, I don't know if you're experiencing this, but I'm finally starting to feel like New York's coming back to itself. People are being just awful on the street. And it warms the cockles of my dead heart. I saw this man, somebody was riding their bicycle on the sidewalk, which apparently the bicycle situation is just out of control. I mean, I get you need the cardio, honey, but you should not. I saw a 20-something-year-old man riding his bicycle. He stopped short. Now, he didn't fall. I understand. Scary. We're all adrenaline. I get it. But he goes, "Watch where you're going, you fucking cunt!" This 90-year-old woman was like, It's very confusing to be on the little, I guess I'm in the little island now. I'm safe from your tyranny. So anyway, I was walking around the street tonight, and this man was delivering food, and he was on a bicycle. And this other man goes, "Get off the sidewalk!" I was like, "Aw." Then I was walking around again, and there were these two white girls with big Merrill Lynch size umbrellas, you know, something their father got from the golf club. They were carrying small tents behind them and just oblivious, and they bumped into this beautiful black woman, and she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It's like, New York? And then finally, I walked past this one of those big glass monstrosities, which is like, look, we don't need decoration. We're just bare. We're minimal. Why did you come to New York? For nothing. And this woman was out of her apartment in an outfit that she did not want to be seen in. I understand. You just think you're going to get gum. You're not going to run anybody. You don't live in the Hell's Kitchen. Who's going to see me in Greenpoint? But she was out with the dog, and the dog was taking a massive shit right in front of these glass doors as all these kids were getting out of school. And she was like, she didn't know which way to go. And the dog was really kind of playing it in a New York fuck you, like, "Oh, you decided to bring me to this city. Watch me dance. Where am I going next? Where am I going? You don't know." And she's following this thing, and she bends down, she says to this dog with a scream of agony that just reminds me of why I live here. She goes, "Still again?" And I said, yes, I have a show tonight at 9:30. Oh, it's good to be back. The chair people, the other board, were very excited to get the meeting started again because we thought this is kind of doomsday edition. You know, we thought, why not go out with a bang? Because it'll be hard. I mean, tickets will be easier when we're all in camps, but... you know, month 3, that'll be hard, pulling jokes about, remember Rihanna, remember her? It'll be hard, it'll be hard. Oh, but so much to talk about. It's been a while since I've been back in the meeting. As your chairperson, too long. That's very sweet of you to say. Not too long for me, but too long for you. No, but I'm very glad to be back, and I'm thrilled all of you came out tonight. I'm thrilled to be back at Joe's Pub. And without further ado, I think we're going to get started. Are you ready for the meeting? Very good. Now, the theme of tonight, because we always do a theme, I didn't want to pick an artist because we've done a lot of them, and people get very upset. I've gotten messages, why didn't you sing Come Dance With Me? I was like, for what? You left out the Cher oeuvre. I was like, we didn't. How long do you need to be here? So tonight, we're doing new queer vistas. Right? I thought that was nice. We're kind of, looking towards the future of queerdom. What will it be like? I don't know. We'll probably be dead. But in the 6 or 7 months we have left, let's see if we can enjoy some pop music and make fun of aging actresses. Shall we? Shall we? First up tonight, a dear friend. We worked together last year, and I was thrilled to have them back tonight. You know them from A Strange Loop. They're here tonight to sing a wonderful song for you, John Michel Reese.
Hey, y'all. Nice to be back. Before we start, I just wanted to say real quickly, it's just a few days before Black History Month, so I'm happy to be singing this song to sort of reappropriate this song from, perhaps you'll recognize it from a very nice white man who sang it last year, but I'm going to sing it. Got a fast car, I wanted to get anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car, I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. I won't have to go too far. Just across the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man has a problem. He lives with the bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said, somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. 'Cause I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights laid out before us, and your arms felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. We got a fast car. We go cruising, entertain ourselves. You still ain't got a job, but I work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs. I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights laid out before us, and your arms felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. I got a job that pays all our bills. You stay out drinking late at the bar. See more of your friends than you do of your kids. I'd always hope for better, but maybe together you and me would find it. And got no plans, ain't going nowhere. So take your fast car and keep on driving. Cause I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I feel like I was drunk. City lights laid out before us, and your arms felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so you can fly away? You gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
And let's hear it for Tracy Stark. Can I ask a question? Does anybody know? Is tonight the Super Bowl? Is that real? Is it tonight? No? It's not? Oh, because the straights were out. And I thought, I was walking the streets, and everybody, they're just very upset about something. Somebody didn't catch something, somebody didn't throw something, who knows? And then I thought, oh my God, wouldn't that be marvelous if I just did shows on Super Bowl Sunday? You know? Just as like a refuge. So when you're invited by coworkers to go to a Super Bowl party where you're just sitting around talking to the women by the dip, you could be here. Well, it's the new year, and as your chairperson, we've decided to come up with a list of ins and outs for 2024, basically because it's on TikTok a lot and we're running out of ideas. Seemed like something to do, as does TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know why I'm taking the moment to tell you. I'm not on TikTok because I barely can use my phone as it is. I look at it and I'm like, you enemy. I don't know why it's in my house half the days. All right, in and out. Out. Me flirting. And for those of you that I did flirt with in the past, I apologize. I was never very good at it. I got aggressive when I should have been soft, and soft when I should have been aggressive. I'd send you personalized notes, but I don't remember most of your last names. Out. Complaining about Drag Race. I'm sorry. These are the cards we're dealt. Do not act like you're not gonna watch it. Do not act like you're not gonna watch the 3 and 4 shows you have to watch to process your feelings about the show you just watched. I do. I watch 3 and 4 other programs to process what I thought 2 nights ago. Why? It's a brain suck. And let me tell you, even though we're not complaining, let's think of this as the constructive criticism part of the evening. Jesus Christ. When that girl, and I'm sure she's great and everybody in Brooklyn loves her. I love when the Brooklyn girls are on, she's like, I'm the queen of Brooklyn. I'm like, where in Brooklyn? Everybody knows my name. I still don't know it. We're 35 minutes into the show. They're all queens of Brooklyn. Nobody knows where in Brooklyn. But they're all queens of Brooklyn. When that girl in the first episode was, first of all, you think of yourselves in a gay war, and you have a flag at home, that flag better be steamed. And it definitely needs to be steamed if you're going to be on national television. It takes 5 minutes. I know you have feelings. I want to grip the pride flag. God knows why. It goes with nothing. These are, if we can't speak the truth here, where can we? It goes with nothing. It looks like a map of Boston from hell. I have no idea. It's got zigs and zags. There's a circle on it. There's a call me on the bottom. I don't know what's happening. But if you are going to clutch that song, that flag, during a song that, okay, and then have a disguised easel, not a disguised easel. I don't, now, Megami, this is Megami. I'm sure some of you are friends with her. Maybe she's here tonight. That's okay. If you didn't see it, I'll act it out for you. So here she is. She has the pride flag. It is wrinkled like it just came out of her own asshole. Like she didn't have enough carry-ons and she was like, I can do it. We've all been there. You've been at that TSA, it's a 50-pound bag, you're like, I can do it. She's clutching this pride flag like she's doing an off Broadway production of Ragtime and she's singing Daddy's Son to it. This is the baby I buried. And then, as if by some feat of Drag Race magic, there's an easel, an unsuspecting easel, sitting across stage, which she goes over to hold up a sign and say, if you like drag queens on television, support them at the voting booth. Protect queer art. And I literally went, ugh. As someone who makes queer art, I was like, don't protect it. Don't protect it. If this is what we're doing, we deserve it all. It was insane. And then the defense. I just wanted to touch some people. You're touched in the head, my darling. Do something pithy and funny. Move it along. But otherwise, it's nice to see children on television being so gay. It's nice. It's nice. The references are just creeping up. Like they made RuPaul made a Chinatown joke. A Chinatown joke last episode, and there was like, because they were like, I was born in 2001, which is real. But what a delightful program, and we'll be watching every week. It's television for us, by us. It's a lifetime dream you never knew you wanted. In general malaise acknowledgements, have you noticed that everybody's just like, oh, God, I didn't realize the end of the world would be so tedious and boring. I thought we'd all be jumping in cars and it would kind of be Mad Max for a couple weeks. No. So I offer to you, if somebody's feeling down about the state of the world, that's okay. That's okay, girl. We're all trying to get through. Acknowledge your feelings. Talk to people. Don't be alone in it. You know, things you do as gay people. Out, actually. It's very confusing. Out, I would like us to pull back on the weed smell in New York. Now, even though I look like your grandmother, it doesn't mean I am. And I think smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's okay, honey. It's legal, and again, we have to just self-medicate as the world crumbles around us. But holy fuck. I took myself, because I'm a jaunty lady around town, I took myself to see Wonka the other day. Just myself. Just myself. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon. I was with a bunch of kids. They were like, should this be weird? I'm like, it doesn't have to be. Why aren't you in school? So Wonka, delightful, what a jaunt. I got out of that theater at like 4:30 on a Wednesday, and I thought I had just stumbled into a hookah. Like actual genie's house, you know, just like in the bottom, like what the you get a contact high everywhere you go, which is fine most of the time, because where am I really going? I'm not a doctor. It's not like I'm gonna go do a spleen or something at the end of this. I'm just going home, where I would probably get high myself. I just want the option. I don't want to walk through a haze of a Cheech and Chong movie, you know? Really, ooh. And New York is starting, just everywhere you go smells like pot. And I don't know about you, but when I would like really smoke a lot of pot in the house, I would be very embarrassed. I'd be Febrezing everything. I'd be like, oh God, please, don't judge me. No one seems to care in New York anymore. We'd like to see another strong year of celebrity memoirs, because wow, did we get some last year. Between Brittany and Barbara. Listen, I'm gonna give you some advice. You're not gonna like it. Do not buy a copy of Barbara's book, because you will be annoyed at how thick it is. You'll be like, we're still talking about this? Listen to the audiobook. She reads it herself in what you imagine is the basement with all the dolls and shit. You know, like they just cleared a surface from her Oscars, and they were like, here, Barbara, just sit down here and read. She's like, oh, Craig, right. It's a delightful romp. And you can just turn it off and just be like, I wonder what Barbara's up to today. She doesn't mind. She's talking in her basement. She's happy. What a delight. Or, I'll tell you, when I heard that Britney Spears got Michelle Williams to read her audiobook, I was like, there's a reason you're still the queen. That is the cuntiest move I've ever seen. I didn't write this book. I'm not even gonna read it. I'm gonna pay a much better actress to play me in my own memoir. That's incredible. That's incredible. Oh. Sometimes things happen in the world that are just so gay, I'm like, thank you. Thank you for reminding me why I got in this business. Out. Instagram is no longer allowed for your political statements. See, already controversial. Because you were all ready to post something tonight about Gaza, and you were like, oh, wait, what? But I'm very tuned in and involved. I have a whole E. Jean Carroll series coming up tomorrow. You are not a reporter. You can be interested in subjects you don't have to comment about. You can post things that you need. There's demonstrations, things to go to. But whether or not you post on your Instagram how you feel about things does not measure how you actually feel about them. It means that you did something to feel a little less guilty mid-afternoon when you were trying to play Candy Crush. And you wanted to post something to remember there were other people in the world. There are. Get involved with them. Really. I say this because I've gotten in trouble. I've gotten in some trouble with people being like, you're not posting enough about this. I'm like, girl, it's also Angela Lansbury's birthday. I'm not saying one equates the other, but can we have a little joy and honor someone that brought us almost 11 seasons of Murder, She Wrote? I mean, come priorities. No, it's also, I love when people start putting activists in their blurb at the top. I'm like, did you get a job I didn't know about? Calm yourself, everybody. We'd like to offer to famous drag queens and the like, once you become more in the public spotlight, we'd like you to smarten up a little bit. Especially if we're going to give you some money. Now, I don't need you to have a PhD. I don't need you to know all about art history or anything, but some basic kind of skills or some reading. I was watching Trixie Mattel process a show I'd watched 2 days ago. Because God forbid I have my own opinion. I need to check in with these mooks. Trixie goes, in this outfit, she's playing Anne Boleyn. I don't know what it is. I don't know who she is. I was like, Anne Boleyn? First of all, that's a great drag name, as in Anne Boleyn. You just wear pedal pushers and a bob. I'm Anne Boleyn. But to not know just Anne Boleyn, like, come on. There's a joke somewhere in there, certainly. I couldn't find it. But it's really, I don't know if any of you have ever listened to Sibling Rivalry with, wonderful. Whew. I'm a little worried for Monet. Because there's some times where I'm like, girl, can you read? She's like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm like, you don't know. Even on the show last week, the poor girl didn't know who Lindsey Graham was. I was like, well, obviously you've never been on Rent Men. I can't wait to see that ham, that boiled ham on television, trying to convince us that it's not true when the pictures come out. You know? Like him just smiling and sucking a dick, being pissed on at some golf course with Trump in the next room. Oh, Christmas cards, you're welcome. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. In also, I'd like to say this, fat audacity. Hear me out. When I was a little fat thing, I was at the Monster one night. I was 19 years old. I had a dough face, beautiful, beautiful. I was drinking a Midori sour and hoping someone would flirt with me. It was a different time. And this 85, 90-year-old man was like, you know, if you don't lose weight, no one's gonna fuck you. And I took that to heart. So for years, I thought no one would have fucked me. I was 19, everyone would have fucked me. And the fat girls today, they have audacity. They just put it out there like, yeah, daddy, you wanna make this jiggle? I'm like, what is happening? Why aren't you living in shame? They're like, we're not, we're going to Bear Weekend, fuck you. And part of me wants to be proud. But part of me also doesn't want to eat next to a hairy tube top. You know what I'm saying? Just a little part of me, a little part of me. I know you have table manners. I know you'll put a napkin on it, but ooh, that's rough. But I applaud that kind of fat audacity. I applaud it. Girls, get it. Make it jiggle. Shake for daddy. Do whatever you have to do. Out is treating Republicans like anything but Nazis moving forward. I don't want to hear from the other side. I don't want to know your feelings in Wisconsin and why you feel like voting for a convicted rapist seems like the right decision. I'm good. I'm good. We very much disagree on the state of the world, and unfortunately, you want us all to die, and we want you to live, just not be on television so much. It's insane. We'd also like to say out officially, George Santos. Now, girl, I know it was funny for about a week. I know you got him to call your mom and tell her it was a happy birthday for her. You spent $300 on a charlatan. It's okay. We've all been there. We've all done that. But after that Z-Way interview, girl, that was an elected official. She didn't know who James Baldwin was. When they said Marsha P. Johnson, love her, had coffee with her yesterday. And she's a gay Republican, and she's fat. Okay, side work. I'm processing a lot of fat feelings right now because it's January, and this is like the season of my people. You know, in summer nobody wants me, but now this little chimney is a puffin, and people are flocking to this, you know? And I process it, because I do, it's the last kind of remnant of gay shame that I have. And when George Santos came out, I was like, please don't let him be fat, please don't let him be fat. Oh, he's fat! Because there's this kind of stigma, if you're a fat gay in life, you're gonna be fucked up from the neck up, mostly because of other gays. right? And then we have evidence, one after another, of all these fat faggots who are killing me and not letting us just normal fatties be fine. We're well adjusted. I just like mayonnaise. I know who James Baldwin is. I didn't steal from somebody in Brazil. I didn't set up a fake account as a casting director to make boys jerk off for me in Midtown. It's a deep cut for the people who got it. They enjoyed it. It's very upsetting. I just want one well-adjusted fat person who's gay. There's enough of us. We had Cam, and then he's straight. It's very upsetting to me. It's very upsetting to me. And they just keep coming. And that fucking interview, holy Jesus. How do you get that stupid? To think this is gonna go well. I'm gonna sit down with Z-Way, whose whole bit is rolling her eyes at celebrities. That's who I should talk to. Out is discussions on Madonna's face. She's doing it for you, be grateful. You bitches. You're like, look at her, she's an alien. How fucking dare you? That woman has carried you on her back for decades. Let the woman do whatever she's doing in peace. Hopefully when she looks a little too cat lady, someone will be like, hey mom, maybe slow it down a little. It's crazy. And again, it's like dissertations on it online. Oh, well, I think she did this. I don't care what you think. Leave her alone. Leave Madonna alone. In is looking like exactly what you are. Hear me out. I'm on the subway the other day. A rarity. But I'm on the subway the other day, and this twink walks in who I'd never seen a twinkier twink in twinkdom. He was 6'1". He weighed probably more than your fork. But just barely. If you put them on a seesaw, it'd go, She walks in. She is painted for the back row. She's in like a puffy kind of sheepskin jacket and white go-go boots. Under jeans because she's a lady. The nails are click-clacking on her phone, and her hair is combed all the way forward like a duck's tail, as if a duck were sitting on her head and checking out what's going on behind her. Just doing a little surveillance. And I looked at this little child of God, and I was like, you look like, yes, I know where you're going. Maybe not exactly, but there'll be dick involved. Surely. There'll be dick involved. And I don't think you've eaten today, so good on you. I mean, it's miraculous. It's miraculous. Because if you moved here at any time before now, you had to kind of find your way in it. You showed up with a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch thinking that was the situation, and it wasn't. And then 6 weeks later, some older queen took you to a Zara and be like, we're dressed drab here, stop it. You know, there was a learning curve. You had to kind of evolve into a style. Now they come out fully hatched. And really, it makes me proud. It makes me proud because they don't have any, they're like, oh no, these are, they know what the boots are and everything. And I'm like, wow. You've been this gay for this long. It's amazing to me. That's the thing, though. Now that you know, I hope you've seen that there's a study out that says that 26 to 28% of Gen Z are registering. Soon enough. As LGBTQIA, whatever the hell, all the letters we have. And that's amazing. That's amazing. Also, frightening. Because we don't have the housing anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Where are they gonna go? We've run up New York. You can't throw a rock without hitting a faggot in this town. San Francisco's the pits. LA, nah. I speak from experience. If you want to hate yourself and just try meth, dabble. You know, here you'll do it and commit. Okay. Out finally is Anderson Cooper and Andy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was kind of cute when Anderson would giggle and Kathy Griffin would be there to be like, we're drunk. We're gonna talk about Joan Rivers again, you know. Now, it's just two muscly queens being like, oh, let's do shots. Let's not. I know you girls want to be home in bed. Give yourselves a break. You know, it's just not fun. I mean, not that New Year's Eve is ever really fun, let's be honest. Oh, all right. I never knew I had a Times Square crowd, but here you are. Like, New Year's Eve not fun? Why do I have glasses from the last decade? New Year's Eve not fun. I like to be vomited on by strangers. No, I'm kind of over Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen, I really feel is responsible for half the world's problems. And I don't say that with exaggeration. I mean it. I really feel like Andy. You're all like, why, girl? Why? I'm going to tell you. I think at a certain point, in a kind of dearth of television, Andy Cohen popped in and said, I'm going to make you confuse glamour with out-of-control behavior. And instead of presenting like beautiful women doing beautiful things and beautiful clothes, you're gonna watch very expensive women get drunk, be slightly racist, and fight each other. And that will entertain you. You went from kind of somebody beautiful walking down a stairway, just being gorgeous and living out your dream, to now watching two women on the Upper East Side cage fight over a box of cheap Chardonnay. And who said something to Lisa Rinna's husband? It's no good. It's no good. And I know you watch it, and I know Vanderpump Rules. It's all about waiting people. No. No, girls. Elevate it. Elevate it. Really, there's so much. You want to protect queer art? Go and see some. There's so much better things you could be watching. Especially because they all become cabaret stars and I can't get bookings anymore. Lastly, and this is just for me, we have to stop complaining that the 90s are almost 30 years ago and remember that the 90s are almost 30 years ago. And that it's okay to be vintage. It's okay to remember things as they were. We don't have to spoil everything for the young people. They'll only have it for a few months anyway. I hope you have some ins and outs. Put them on TikTok. I won't watch them. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between or undecided, I'd like to bring out to the stage tonight a wonderful friend who just had an amazing run in the Under the Radar Festival with Rose, You Are What You Eat. I hope some of you saw it. Wonderful show, a brilliant performer all the way here from Philadelphia, John Jarboe.
Bless you, everyone, whatever. Bless you. Oh, give it up for Justin Elizabeth Sayre. Isn't she amazing? I have a confession to make. I do. It may shock you, but I'm not a priest. I'm endowed but not ordained. And I am a sodomite, though. Decidedly so. I'm a sodomite. I'm trans. I'm a drag queen. And I'm from Philadelphia, but on grants or other opportunities, I say that I'm a New York-based artist because, frankly, all New Yorkers are moving to Philadelphia, so thank you for that. That goes off way better in Philly. But because I'm a trans artist and a drag artist, I've just decided everyone's so freaked out about trans people and drag people, especially around children, and I thought I would wear the outfit of a respectable profession. One that is good around children, so I'm just kind of wearing this every day now, and it's amazing. It's very breathable, so it doesn't smell. But I thought I'd do, since we're looking at new vistas, I thought I'd take care of a little old vista. You know, sometimes to move forward, even to our doom, we just have to kind of release what's on our shoulders. So I'd love to, since I'm wearing my ceremonial faggotry garments, I thought I'd lead us in a little ritual. So let's take a breath. And this is a ritual, it's from the 1990s. I'm gonna say that again for the people in the front row. It's the 1990s, which some of us know this, it's not just an aesthetic. It was a time period that many of us lived through. It was at the heels of a pandemic, sandwiched between war, rent prices were going up, so it's nothing like today. And this is a little healing ritual. It's a healing ritual. I wouldn't say it's a ritual of hope, but maybe it's a ritual of release. And it's a sing-along ritual. So I'm going to invite you to sing along, and I don't want you to sing pretty. I just want you to put whatever's weighing on your shoulders into the song. I think you'll know it, and if you don't, you'll catch on. Give it up for Tracy on the piano. 33 years. And my life is still climbing up this great big hill of hope for a destination. I realized as quickly as I could that this world is made up of a brotherhood of men. Whatever the fuck that means. And I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out, what's in my head. And I feel, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty peculiar. And I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get really fucking high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what the fuck is going on in this world right now? And I say, it's not a choir edition. Really show me how you're feeling. I say, hey, I say, hey, yeah. What's going on? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Like a second level altar boy. And sometimes when I'm so depressed because I'm thinking that the trauma that I'm experiencing right now or that we're experiencing in the world or that we experienced in the 1990s if we're not just wearing the decade. That if I need more hope, sometimes I think I need to dig deeper. I need to deal with intergenerational trauma. I'm Polish, so I went back, I talked to my Polish friend Gosia, and she said there's a very similar ritual which was written in the 1930s by a Polish Jewish soldier. And it goes like this, and I want you to sing along. It's a Polish tango, and because it's a Polish tango, of course, it's called a suicide tango. They've got a great sense of humor. Sing along if you know the words. Dostatnia niedziela, dziś jezioro stajemy. You know it. Dziś jezioro zajdziemy. Ja wieczny czas. That's great. Dostatnia niedziela, moi sny wymarzone, sprędzki tak upragnione. Ostatni raz. You did great, just move your mouths, I can't tell. Okay, here's the bridge. Będziesz się takich niedziel miała. That's beautiful. A kot ze mną będzie kotuż to je. Big finish. Ostatnia niedziela, moje sny wymarzone, sprędzki tak upragnione, skończyło się, which directly translates to hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I'll say hey, let me hear you. Are you really feeling that pretty? And I say, ah, ah, ah. What's going on? And I try. Oh my God, do I try? What's going on with this umbrella? I try all the time in this capitalist, racist, patriarchal institution. And I pray, oh, I secularly pray. I pray every single day for the revolution. I want it ugly, and I say, okay, what's going on? Yeah, give it to me, give it to me, give it. And I say, do it again. Oh, let it out. Treat yourself like a washcloth. Just wring it out. I say, hey, what's going on? 22 years, and my life is still climbing up that great big hill of hope for a destination. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Pearls before swine. Thank you. Trace.
Let's hear it for John Jarboe. Oh. It was a little close to home when he started groaning in the chorus of that song. I was like, that was what it was like in my house. Sorry. I don't know why earnestness really bothers me. I don't know, because I am very earnest in life. Like, I really feel things, you know? But, oh, on television, don't do that to me. This is not the place for that. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone otherwise engaged, we are now about to play a game. Are you excited? I know how you like participation. I heard you all singing. It is really, that's the wonderful thing about being in a crowd of gay people. You know at any time, this could turn into a sing-along. Tell me I'm wrong. Start humming a few bars on the boat to Fire Island, everybody's like, clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Some bitches will be on the second floor being like, I know the choreo, I'm the girl in the pink hat. You know it's true, you know it's true. We all know the same songs. We all know the same lyrics. I was at a reading of The First Wives Club, and in unison, 40 men just started doing the whole Elise scene. Half the room was Goldie Hawn, half the room was Bette Midler. They threw an Oscar, she threw a Golden Globe. It was crazy. And I wanted to turn around to the crowd and be like, if you could only use your powers for good. Why do you have this much brain power to memorize whole swaths of movies? But we can't start a revolution or anything. We're too busy home watching Death Becomes Her going, this is gonna be very impressive at a party. I'm telling you, when Dip is out and I go, and now a warning, people are going to lose their fucking shit. Oh my God. Well, tonight, to run the game for us, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone otherwise engaged, I am so thrilled to bring to the stage my friends and the wonderful creators and stars of Dick the Musical, Dick's the Musical, Dick's the Musical, Aaron Jackson and Josh Sharp.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, God. The whole thing came undone.
Oh, God. Oh, God. It happens to a lot of guys.
How are you? How are you, Joe's Pub? It's lovely to be here.
It is. What a hot crowd.
What an absolutely hot crowd.
I'm Aaron Jackson, and this
Yeah.
is my good friend and two-time sexual partner, Josh Sharp. And just like gender, numbers are fluid.
Numbers are fluid.
What does 2 mean, anyway?
Yeah, what is 2? If not a gay man's 8. You know what I mean? But the music of 2 is better for the joke.
A grinder, too.
Yeah, a grinder, too. Yeah, we have a game for you.
We have a game.
We're freshly into the year 2000 and also 24.
Yes.
But we're going to look back on last year.
Yeah.
Because we haven't, this is the first time we've had the meeting since then. You understand?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we told Justin book New Year's Eve, but Sandra Bernhardt has a grasp on this space.
Here.
So,
She's always here.
Sandy, let us have New Year's Eve.
Let's
So-
play a game.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
have a game where,
here
okay,
it
so we're
is.
gonna figure, the game is called 2023 Slut Supreme Queen of All Cum.
So,
This is a game you grew up playing with your family, I'm sure.
yeah, it's like Yahtzee. So we're, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to find out who was the biggest slut of 2023 in this room.
Yeah.
Through this game.
You understand?
Yeah. So
The
it's
mechanism of doing it is you'll see statements come up, and if
Yes.
it's true of you, you put your hand up, and then you put it down. If it's not, you know, we
Becomes
winnow
untrue.
it down in that way.
Yeah.
Everyone
This
understands?
is 2022's winner.
Yeah.
His name is Trace.
Trace.
So we're very proud of him.
Good guy.
Really
Good guy.
But a new winner tonight.
Okay, so I think we can, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, so raise your hand
if you
right have
have had sex. So that,
Okay, good. Okay, wow.
Justin, your crowd. Okay, with more than one person.
Okay, yeah.
And one of those people
was Patti LuPone.
Every hand went down.
You've had sex with Patti LuPone. This is a Scout's honor kind of game.
Yeah.
So people are gonna lie.
Sweetie, the jokes are on stage. The truth is out there, okay?
Okay,
All right,
cool.
well, we gotta try
We're gonna
another
find
crazy-
this
yeah,
one.
yeah, okay,
So
okay,
raise
if
your
you,
hand if you.
Okay, have had sex. Hands are up.
Great.
Yeah, okay.
It was outside.
Couple it
Okay,
down.
yeah, some down.
With a deer. Every hand.
With a deer who was
went
hung
down.
AF. Oh wow.
Weird.
We thought for sure some of you had had deer sex.
Sex negative crowd.
Yeah, sex negative crowd. Okay. Okay, so raise your hand
If
if
you
you have
had sex. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Without a condom.
bareback.
I know you girls. but,
But inside of a beehive. Thought we'd have a couple by now.
No hands.
No hands yet.
Huh.
Okay. So raise your hand
If-
if we're gonna find you
have had sex. So the hands are up again.
And
you
you
died.
died.
Every hand.
No ghosts.
No horny no.
No ghosts.
Or there could be virgin ghosts here.
Virgin ghosts. That's true. Trace had done all of these, by the
Yeah.
way. Okay. Raise your hand if you have had sex. Okay.
Good.
With a
friend.
friend.
I know you gay guy do.
More than once.
Still a lot of
Okay,
hands
yeah.
up. Yeah.
And some of your friend group still doesn't
know.
know. Drama.
Secrets.
Because you're under a witch's curse, and if you talk, you'll be turned to sand.
The hands are down again.
So far back
I'm
there.
seeing no hands.
I'm seeing no hands.
I'm seeing no hands.
Crazy.
Weird.
Okay, this is getting weirder.
Hey, such a sex. On New Year's Eve with Sandy, this wouldn't have happened.
You have to beg them to put their hands down.
Raise your hand
Raise
if
your hand if you
have had sex. Good.
Uh-huh. In the path of the New York City Marathon, and several runners had to hop over you. Public kink.
Public kink.
That's what that would be. Raise your hand if you
Have had sex. There we go.
But
instead of lube, you used a CD copy of A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay, Gwyneth's ex. I'm shocked.
in a pinch, you've never used a CD
Yes.
as lube?
None of you have gone camping? Okay. If you
Have
have had sex
Yep.
during a 2 p.m. screening of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem,
Snubbed at the Oscars.
snubbed at the Oscars. Okay.
Raise your hand
Good.
if you have
had sex. Good.
with that SeaWorld employee who got dragged into the tank by Tilikum the whale.
Open parentheses. I think her name was Dawn? Question mark. Close parentheses.
R.I.P.
Still no one.
R.I.P.
Okay. Have had sex. Good.
People are just giving up. They're
Yeah.
not gonna-
On top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. No one. It's just
This
so
one
weird.
has. Okay. That's great.
That's good.
Foodie.
That's good. Foodie.
Raise your hand if you've had
Have
sex.
had sex.
And your butthole fall off, but then another person's butthole jumped back on.
Huh. It happens to a lot of guys.
Just like the mic.
Okay, raise your hand if you have had sex at a two-top in Windows on the World.
So that's the restaurant on top of the World Trade Center that doesn't exist anymore. Any 9/11 heads in the house? Raise your hand if you have had sex for a science project, but the science was math. Also, you're my dad. Is my dad here? Is my dad here? John?
Weird. Have had sex. Good. We're still doing it. At your job. Okay. A lot of hands. And your job is Mayor Eric Adams.
Eric? We have some notes if you're here.
We have some notes.
Raise your hand
And
if
you have had sex
in Milk, the movie.
Doesn't even say if you're watching or an extra.
Yeah. Or maybe a lead. What was
Yeah.
that? We have someone that was in Milk.
Wait, you were in Milk?
Did you have sex during
Stephen.
it?
Bless.
Wow.
Is that true? You really were. Stephen.
Steven.
Love that. I love New York. This kind of shit always happens. You can't swing your arms without hitting somebody in Milk in New York, I tell you what. Okay, raise your hand if you have had sex with a really hung guy, but then in the middle you were like, his head feels really funny. Wait a minute, this is a bunch of antlers. And then the guy was like, brrr. And you were like, oh my God, you're a deer. Well, at least he's hung. The last deer I fucked had a medium-sized dick. And the one before that, small as thimbles. I was trolling the forest then because I was so depressed about the witch's curse that meant I couldn't talk or else I'd be turned to sand. I mean, I like the beach, but sand all the time? Yuck. So I was just kicking a can all around the damn woods. And then what did I trip over? 2 tickets to Evita, the original Broadway cast, of course. So I quickly called an Uber. This was before we knew how destructive ride shares were to the market. And now we know, but we just don't care. Slay! Finally, my Uber arrived. Pickup stop, the forest. Destination, the James Niederlander Theater. The show was amazing, but Patty kept making eyes at me. Then, at intermission, who pulls me up on stage but Mandy Patinkin herself? Miss Lapone would really like to meet you, he said, while leading me back to her dressing room. Once there, Patty's twink guards opened the door and told me to climb in. Climb in, I said. Turned out her dressing room was a beehive. And there sat the queen bee herself, Patty Lapone, honey dripping from all of her orifices. You should see a doctor, I said. I should see your hole, she replied. There's more.
Next slide, please.
Uh-oh. Maybe it's frozen. There we go. It was then I noticed the dildo strapped onto Miss Lapone's pelvis, just like Argentina's hopes and dreams were strapped onto Eva Perón. God, Patty was such a good white Evita. She turned me around and told me to suck Mandy Patinkin's thick tenor cock. While I did, she started to peg me, screaming, Broad City will normalize this. The what? I thought, and then I died. No hands?
No hands.
Very strange. Wow.
I guess Steven and Spaghetti
Steven
Man,
and Spaghetti Man
win
are our winners.
Summer Slut 2023.
Okay, well, that's all we have for you.
Yeah, that's our
this
show.
one I broke, and I'm so sorry.
Wait, there's this one.
We'll bring back to the stage Justin, Elizabeth Sayre,
Thank you, bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Justin was actually doing tech because
We actually had a tech issue.
we
so
wanted
Justin
to
had
humble
go-
her.
She's not union. Do not tell.
Oh, there she is.
I was upstairs. The reason it took so long, I was literally laughing so long. There was time travel involved in that. It was wonderful. Oh, the kids are all right. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone otherwise engaged, it now comes to the part of the show where I have to discuss a very important topic with you. Oh, you're very nervous. I hope you've eaten your fries. It has recently been brought up that some people think we should stop using the term openly gay. And I, of course, being the chairperson of the board, had to think long and hard about this. Because, you know, terminology seems to be a real sticking point for a lot of us. So I thought, openly gay, all right. Let's break it down for a minute. Openly gay. Now, what is the other option? Closedly gay? Closeted? Okay, all right, I get that. So openly gay means you admit it in public. Done. I admit it in public without even having to say it. And that is on purpose. I want to be gay from space. I don't want there ever to be a thought otherwise. I don't want to pass. I want this dude. My girlfriend recently asked me why I wear so many rings, and I was like, this I'm really ashamed to say. I love the, you know, that you follow my hand with the glitter, but it's also so I can tell my left from my right. Left, I have lots of things to do. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. See, I'm just like Trixie. Dumb, I don't know who Anne Boleyn is, I can't tell. And I'm making fun of those poor people. No, here's the thing I don't get. I guess the thing that we're trying to get over now is that we shouldn't be phrasing things that you're openly gay, like it's something to be open about, as if it's a shame thing. And I think I agree with that. You should just be gay or whatever. I recently found out that I've switched letters. I had no idea. I thought I was so comfortable up front, you know, LG, hi, hi, hi. B for a few weeks, hello. And then I was recently asked to be like on a panel, and they said, oh, it's trans folks. And I was like, have you heard something I haven't? My mother will be, finally, every Christmas my mother asks me, what do you want and are you transitioning? And neither of those are very polite questions. Why do you think that? She's like, I see the writing on the wall. Do it before it's too late. You know, it's very, my mother will be a very out and loud trans loving parent, but she'll be annoyed that I kind of waited so long. You could have had tits when they were perky, you know. You know, but no, so I said, oh, I'm not a trans person. They said, oh, you're non-binary, and that you come under the trans umbrella. I was like, so I'm the rainbow. I've been through them all now. I mean, not a lesbian, but I don't have the will. And I'm not talking about just lady business. That's fine. Vaginas, what a wonderful journey. I mean, I don't have enough skills on hand to be a lesbian. Because when shit goes down, if you're a lesbian in the room, you're the first person I'm asking what to do. Like, if this is the Poseidon Adventure and we're on a Disney fucking Rosie cruise, I'm going to the lesbians and be like, you think you could patch that hole? What do you need? You need me just to keep these people calm? I will do it. Crowd work, you just get to soldering, ladies. I don't have those skills on hand. I'm just a faggot from the East Village. I got nothing. I got quotes from the women because I've spent my life in terrible ways. And I was bisexual. Yes, I was bisexual. Yes, I was. I know. People get I used to get annoyed with bisexual people because I used to be of that team like, oh, come on. Pick a side. How dare you not be, you know, out here in the trenches with the rest of us buying mascara and giving everybody at CVS a talking to. You know? Do you remember those days being like, yes, I'm buying this and I'm allowed because I'm an adult with my own money. And the poor lady behind the counter is like, it's fine. We don't care. It's New York. There's a CVS everywhere, you know? But I was bisexual for a minute, mostly because I'd had wonderful relationships with women, and they were nice. They were really nice. I'd still like to enjoy those times. Not the sex as much, but other stuff. We watched Steel Magnolias a lot. And we talked, and you know, like, it is this weird thing that happens in gay spaces right now, where a lot of times gay men especially get annoyed when not even gay women, straight women are in gay spaces. And I know we're jig-jagging around, but we'll get back. You wait. You haven't been to the show in a while. Get ready for a ride. So, and I always say to them, like, listen, you can't get annoyed at ladies being in a gay bar because this is a place they finally feel safe. Everywhere else they go, they're harassed, and here, they're the harassers. Let them have a night of cosplay. They got you through your junior year, bitch. I'm sorry if you dragged Rita here for all those years and now she wants to come on her own. Too bad. The drinks are stiff. Oh, yeah. No, but now I'm in a new letter and it feels very strange but very exciting because I do feel like I got a gay upgrade in like 2012 when I was like, oh, I'm a they now. You know, I was like upgrading. I was like, you know, rebooting the system. You apparently don't think so. I will tell you, I'm a very reluctant they, though. I have been out as a non-binary person for almost 12 years now. And thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Openly non-binary. Thank you for keeping me on message. Openly non-binary. And really, nobody uses my pronouns. Nobody. And I don't know why. I guess because I look like, if you like shaved my head and took off the chapeau and the rings and the dress, I'd be a plumber. I'd be Michael Stuhlbarg and Call Me By Your Name. I get it. I know what I look like, but I also look how I adore. I'm trying to get you in the spirit of theying this. And people don't want to do it. And here's the thing. I don't ever want to have a conversation with you about my pronouns. I really don't. And I would just hope that one time in 12 years you would be like, you know, some of these things aren't like the others, and maybe they should have their own word. That's a fucking they! It bothers me because I've lived my whole life being open. So I can't understand having a conversation about open now, where we're all open. We all are forced to be open. We have nowhere to hide now. And when we're having these kind of petulant talks about words, which I realize in some ways are important, I wonder, what are we really trying to get at? What are we really trying to talk about? When I said I was non-binary, I was admitting something that everyone around me had seen my entire life. I was wearing robes and smoking bedposts, and I was like a 12-year-old madam in my own house. That's not a boy. That's not a He-Man something. That's a little something else. We don't know what that little something else. Fingers crossed. You know, that's a little something else. And I thought it would be really clear for everybody to see it. But it continues not to be. And I'm not talking about like at the CVS. I don't need that kind of validation from people on the street. Though I would also tell you how many he's are walking into a CVS with a train. And a brooch on both my hands so I know where my hands are. I mean, really, I'm working so hard just to help you, to help you, to help you. I don't want you to look at this and see a he. I want you to look at that and go, I have no idea what that fucking is. And in your discomfort, in your rage, in the host of feelings you may have about me, you may come over to me and go, what the fuck are you? And I'll be like, I'm fashion. I don't know half the time. I do know that these are clip-on earrings, and I've been backstage answering an imaginary phone like I'm Alexis Carrington for 3 hours. That's not he behavior, ladies and gentlemen. When we're done here, I'm going to take both of them off and goes, these have always brought me luck. That is not he behavior. That is not he behavior. So I understand the course of trying to be openly gay. Yes, of course. Some of us don't have the option of being anything else. And you should be praising us for lighting the way forward for you queens to get out of what you're doing. You know? Because I really think this. I heard this once from somebody. And it was an older gay man, and he was saying, you know what I wish I could do if I ever had a time machine? I was like, a time machine? Oh my God, I go see Kim Stanley. He was doing something much better. He was gonna go kill Hitler or something, you know, wonderful. I was just like, let's go to the movies. Not smart. So he said, I wish I could go back to high school, and I wish I could thank all those really queenie boys for being as brave as they were, for as long as they were. Because even when I was uncomfortable with it, even when I looked the other way from them in high school, even when I avoided them, some part of me was saying, you are free. You're freer than I know. You're tasting of freedom I only wish I could have. And I feel like that being a non-binary person. I feel like that being this gay. I feel open and proud and out there. And if I have to put on heels and ruin my feet and hips, really, it's getting old, ladies. You don't see me backstage. I'm like, pull me up again. But if it means that, I'll do it. I'll do it because I don't understand a world that doesn't have me in it. So maybe if this term of openly gay is about a world that doesn't have me in it, then I don't want to be any part of it. But I dare you to look at this and not see at least a hint of what it's about. Thank you so much. We have a few more acts for you tonight. Thank you so much. You've been patient and wonderful and brilliant. I'd like to bring to the stage their first time here at the meeting, but they have a show coming up in February, a wonderful comedian and a dear friend, Tim Murray.
What's up, you guys? How's your 2024? Amazing. My boyfriend and I are getting married this year. Thank you. We've been together for 7 years. You don't have to. You don't have to. Clap if you've been in a relationship for a long time. Did you hear how tired? Sometimes we'll ask our married couple friends for advice. A lot of people will say, never stop dating each other. Yeah, so now whenever we do have sex, I don't text him back for 3 days. Sometimes we'll role play in the bedroom to like keep things fresh, but whenever we do, it triggers my high school trauma because I don't get to play the part that I want. He always makes me be like a sailor or a townsperson. Clap if you're straight. One person! There could be 200 people in a room. Oh my God, thank you for coming, my straight allies. I know you guys would never do this, but sometimes straight people will come up to us, well-meaning straight people, and they'll be like, don't let anyone call it a gay wedding. You're not having a gay wedding, you're just having a wedding. No, bitch, we're having a gay wedding. Okay, instead of a flower girl, I want a cocaine girl. Instead of a father-daughter dance, I want a daddy-son dance. It's where we both dance with the old couple we hooked up with in Palm Springs. I am a teacher by day, homosexual by night. since we're not supposed to say gay in schools because they think we're going to turn the next generation gay, I'm like, have you met Gen Z? They're pretty gay. The other day, my teenage students tried to convince me that the book Curious George is about a bisexual monkey. And then they started chanting, "Bye, Curious George! Bye, Curious George!" And then they did that with all the children's books. They were like, "Everybody Poops" is about bottoming. "The Very Hungry Caterpillar" is about a cum dump. And "The Rainbow Fish" is a faggot. Class dismissed! And they are mean in the way only gay people can be mean. They love to tell me that I look like Joe Exotic trying to fit in Bushwick. And listen, I'm thrilled for them. I'm thrilled that they get to be openly queer. I think that's amazing. But things were so different for us when we were growing up. So different. You remember, like, in the 6th grade, I remember, when I was growing up, you had to lie to, like, try to fit in, to survive. In the 6th grade, all these boys were going around the table talking about celebrity women they thought were hot, that they wanted to fuck. So to fit in, I told them that I wanted to titty fuck Celine Dion. They were like, "What?" They're like, "You want to titty fuck the world's greatest singer?" And I'd just be like, "Yeah, she's so talented and stoic." But the worst one, in the 8th grade, they were all going around the table and they were like, "I think Pamela Anderson's the hottest woman in the world." And the next guy was like, "I think Carmen Electra." I told them that I thought the hottest woman in the world was Tanya Harding. Do you guys have any? Does anybody have a good one that you used to pretend that you were attracted to when you were like... Christy McNichol, that's good. Any other ones? Nev Campbell is... Did you say Molly Ringwald? I love Molly Ringwald, but I don't even think Molly Ringwald thinks Molly Ringwald is sexy. I love... That is so good. Molly Ringwald. That is the gayest thing I've ever heard in my life. Of all the 80s icons you could have picked, you picked Molly Ringwald. Say again? In Jello? That was a movie? That was your go-to line? Her, oh my God. You would say to people, "Trust me, I'm straight. I want to see Molly Ringwald Jello wrestling." Honestly, that just made me a little hard. Wait, what's your name? Now you're shy. Now you're shy. Just your first name. You don't have to give me your social security number or anything. Scott. Where was this, Scott? Detroit. I'm from Ohio, baby. The Midwest. So you would say you wanted to watch... Okay. Wow. And when did you move to New York? Oh my God, give it up for that. They don't care. And what I think I heard a Nev Campbell up there. My Nev Campbell baby, what was your name? Ian. What did you tell people about Nev Campbell that was so hot you wanted to fuck her? I gotta tell you, I did that with Tanya Harding as well. That was like honestly the real sign of a gay person is like you're walking down there and they're like, pull out their locker and they're like, look how hot this woman is. Meanwhile, it's her in like the gayest, most glamorous pose you've ever seen. It's like her like holding the scream knife and she's just like, oh. No, it's her in Party of Five. Wait, so Scott, you were Molly Ringwald, and Ian, you loved it. What did you love about Neve Campbell? She had a hot brother. And that's the real Trick. No, okay. 8 people here knew that he was in the movie Trick. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm now gonna improvise a song based on what they just told us. Okay, are we good to go up there? Perfect. My name is Ian. Today is not the day that I tell everyone in my class that I am gay. Before I say it, I need to deliver a little preamble about how I love Neve motherfucking Campbell. When I see her, she makes me feel alive. I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, Lacey Chabert, the whole cast of Party of Five. Neve Campbell is the most beautiful girl in the world. 3 to Tango with Matthew Perry. I loved it when she did a twirl. Neve Campbell is so hot, you guys know what I mean. I love her in all 5 versions of Scream. My name is Scott, and I am tall. Oh, also, I'm obsessed with 80s icon Molly Ringwald. When I see her, she gives me such a chub. 'Cause I like her more than the dandruff girl in the Breakfast Club. Oh yeah, I wanna put 2 in her pink and 1 in her stink. Because I love her in the movie Pretty in Pink. I love my girl Molly Ringwald in a real sexual way. I'm not saying I want to hang with her at the mall. Oh no, no, again I gotta say I'm not a homo. When I'm not with Molly Ringwald, I feel FOMO. And then there were another 2 gay boys who performed in front of all of you, just across the street from the Blue Man Group. They had a truth for you, you could not be duped. They had to tell you about a lady they wanted to bone. The star of Evita, we're talking Patti LuPone. And this show truly could not be gayer. So let me bring back out Justin Sayre. Thank you for having me. Keep it going.
Tim Murray, everybody. Tim, when's your show here? Tim. Follow Tim Murray on Instagram and come to his show here at Joe's Pub. Support queer... Darlings all, we're come to our last song of the night, and I couldn't think of a better person to kick it off. I've wanted her at this show for so long, and finally my dream and your dream is all about to come true. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone otherwise engaged, Amy Jo Jackson.
Hello. Hi. Very brave to put the femme person late in the set with such a crowd. So, when this isn't gonna work for me, is it? Well, we'll just embrace the height. So when Justin asked us to pick a song to queer the canon, I thought a lot of some really sad options, naturally. And then I thought of this song, and I thought, you know, I was a little horny bisexual teen that didn't understand that that's what was happening at the time. So I'd like to sing this as an ode to them. Stacy, can I come over after school?
After school,
We could hang around by the pool.
hang by the pool.
Did your mom get back from her business trip?
Business trip.
Is she there, or is she trying to give me the slip?
Give me the slip.
You know I'm not the little kid that I used to be. I'm all grown up now, baby, can't you see? Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want in a world for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom. Stacy, do you remember when I mowed your lawn?
I mowed your lawn.
Your mom came out with just a towel on.
Towel on.
I could tell she liked me from the way she stared.
By the way she stared.
And the way she said, "You Mr. Spot over there."
Mr. Spot over there.
And I know that you think it's just a fantasy, but since your dad walked out, your mom could use a guy like me. Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I wait ever so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom. Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I wait for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom. Stacy's mom.
Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom. Tracy Stark!
Let's hear it one more time for Tracy Stark. It's now time for new rulings from the board. You can tell I've been doing this a long time because now I need glasses. The board would like to wish a hearty "you're welcome" to superstar and friend Jennifer Coolidge, who thanked those evil gays who turned her into an icon. Also, the board would like to acknowledge just for a moment that gay people make award shows, love award shows, and make award shows better. And even though the ratings continue to dip, and we haven't had a good host since Whoopi or Billy Crystal, we're hoping that someday this overdone, self-congratulatory nightmare can turn into something we're proud of, like most of gay culture. In further news, Elton John is finally at EGOT. And we on the board have breathed a sigh of relief. Because if this didn't happen, and soon, that crazy lady was gonna fall apart in front of us. She needed it! The board would like to take a moment to discuss an issue with you, the membership. And it hurts us to have to do this. It has come to our attention that some of you apparently have places to go. Apparently, some of you have to pay the sinner extra because of all those damn kids you had, through no fault of our own. God gave you a pass, and you turned that pass in for 2 Korean kids. And yes, they're cute, but that's your mistake. A group of you supposed fans have taken it upon themselves to sue a living legend. The reason some of you are alive. Mother and princess and role model renegade. Yes, she hasn't had a good record in probably a decade, but she's fucking Madonna. And a few fans have taken out a class action lawsuit because Madonna has showed up 2 hours late for her concert. All right. I genuinely don't know what to do. I feel like if we mention her name twice more, she'll show up and kill us all. She's Madonna. Let's be grateful she's showing up at all. Relax, everybody. The board would like to praise the Mean Girls movie, but can't. Here's the thing. If it's a musical, let us know it's a fucking musical. They're like, oh, musicals don't sell well. To who? This whole crowd would buy a ticket to a musical. You probably wish this was a musical tonight. We will thank the Mean Girls movie for unleashing Renee Rapp onto the world. If you haven't seen Renee Rapp in an interview, it is bisexual chaos at its best. Oh my God, she's what, dear? She came out as a lesbian! Oh, and we're so, she makes me uncomfortable. I love it so much. She's like delicious and curvy, and she's like, yeah, you want to funk? I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Very strange. Speaking of youth, the board would like to congratulate our sexy little hero, Lil Nas X, for making even us wonder if we were going to get in trouble with the Lord. I saw that new video, J. Christ, and I was like, girl. You could hear the moms in the Middle West, their heads just popping like popcorn. It's a black gay Jesus, and now he's a cheerleader? What the fuck? It's incredible. It was incredible. The board would also like to issue a "Really, girl?" to Pope Francis. In a recent bit of news from the Vatican, as if we were all waiting with bated breath, Pope Francis has condoned the blessings of same-sex relationships. Now, just to be clear, this isn't marriage. It's not even a full-throated condoning. It's just a quick, off-the-shoulder... Pets and potted plants get more. But really, girl, really? On trend with people that need to get over it, the board would like to take a moment to deal with Ricky Gervais and David Chappelle. Really? Here's the thing that I don't like. Okay, A, the jokes aren't funny and they don't really even make sense. And I mean that really honestly. They just don't. That Dave Chappelle setup was too long for too little payoff, and why wouldn't you respect Jim Carrey anyway? And if anybody gives you shit about not giving your due or pronouns or anything like that. You just tell them this. You tell one of these bastards, and you say you learned it from me. You say, okay, well, do you believe in the divine right of kings? And they would say, no, I'm an American, because that's how they are. And I would say, okay, so next time you're at Buckingham Palace, if you ever travel, you're just gonna walk in the joint and go up and be like, hey, Chuckles, how's the roll? And they would be like, no, of course not, that's the prince. Well, how could you talk to that prince and not to this queen standing right in front of you? How dare you? It's ridiculous. And these two old fogies, and I mean that, they're like 10 years older than me. Not older. But it makes, I think they want to feel relevant, but the relevancy in the world right now is, why would you ever be so close-minded when everything's going to shit? Like, if you really think trans people are the problem, you are not walking outside. Because most trans people have it on together. I tried to say on fleek, but I'm too old for that. And my brain self-corrected and was like, together. The board would like to wag our collective finger at the Indiana State House, who stand in a particularly disgusting line of truly terrible people. The state senators in Indiana have decided to find a way legally to fully discriminate against trans people. This is how they're going to do it. In all legal documents moving forward in Indiana, they will take out the word gender and replace it with biological sex, so that you cannot have services, you can be denied any service, because you will not be representing the biological sex on your birth certificate. They are coming for you, and they're crafty because they're bored watching all that porn. You have to be really crafty with these motherfuckers, and I say that because the problem right now for us is we're not organized in the right way. We're organized around little infighting. We got a lot to say about Drag Race, but we don't have a lot to say about poor trans people in Indiana. And those are the people that we need to start concentrating on, because we've ruined New York and San Francisco. We're gonna have to go build a gay mecca in Indianapolis. I know. Talk about Mad Max, girl. Ooh. But they're not as bad as the bastards in Ohio, who recently overrode a veto offering health care to trans youth. In every state across the country, almost 600 bills are being passed and being considered to outlaw your lives. Get involved, stay focused, keep voting, keep getting out there. The fight is really just beginning. And while the camps will be fun for an afternoon, just for an afternoon, it'll be nice that we're all together. You'll be like, oh my God, I thought you were dead. Hi, girl. That will fade very quickly. The board would like to bid a fond, not even a fond farewell, just a farewell, to the character of Che Diaz, who... Seriously, girls, flames on the sides of my face. Che Diaz, for those of you who don't know, was Sarah Ramirez's character on the snuff film known as And Just Like That. And she was, they were so non-binary, it made me hate being non-binary. I almost turned in my toaster. I was like, enough. And on top of it, they were a non-binary comedian. I was like, fuck me. Also, if you didn't pay attention to the saga that was Che Diaz, Sarah Ramirez, in an interview, you can look it up online, compared themselves playing Che Diaz to George Floyd. That's for true. That's how crazy fucking gay people can get. What the fuck? George Santos thinks he's Rosa Parks. And Sarah Ramirez is George Floyd. This is why we can't have nice things. The board would like to encourage you all to go see Cola Scola's new play, Oh Mary. Playing at the Lucille Lortel currently. Cola Scola is a longtime member and a friend to the meeting, and to see them play Mary Todd Lincoln is a pride I don't know I've ever felt before. The board would also wish you a good luck and wish you could get tickets to Taylor Mack's Bark of Millions playing at BAM this February. It's, okay, hear me out. I don't know that we have to keep doing endurance. Even though you're feeling endurance right now. You're like, girl, it's 11:30, 2 hours, 4 hours. I get it. James Baldwin, we're moving through them. We're going through them, you know. All right, you're all fans. Go get your ticket. And finally, the board would like to wish a heartfelt aww to the news that Richard Simmons is alive and well and doing fine. He just doesn't want any press currently, and we'll respect his wishes. I'd like to take a heartfelt moment because Richard Simmons, for some of you who grew up in the 1980s and 90s, was that example of gay that your mother was like, please just don't become that. Come to Thanksgiving, throw the turkey on the floor and suck a dick, but please. Just don't become Richard Simmons. And I saw Richard Simmons and I was like, did you ever know that you're my hero? We love you, Richard. We want you to live. I'd like to thank Anira, Martin, Daryl, Sophia, Beth, Cecilia, Eric, Juan, Logan, Melina, Michael, Emmanuel, Suleiman, Marcus, Jake, Andrew, and Jean-Ann in the booth. The meeting is adjourned. Good night. Hey, oh, sorry. I know you're all very anxious to get out of here. Do you mind if I do one last thing? This is the faggotest thing I could do right now. Be like, we did a 2-hour comedy show and now a touching ballad. That is so fucking gay. But here we are. Here we are. You know, tonight's been about celebrating new queer voices, new queer understandings of the world. And we've seen so many of them tonight. Let's hear it for that wonderful cast again. Josh Sharp and Aaron Jackson, Tim Murray, Amy Jo Jackson, John Michelle Reese. Did I forget anybody? It's a long show. Oh, and John Jarboe. How wonderful. Let's thanks Tracy Stark one last time. And I wanted to sing this song because it's written by a little gay girl that wrote it in her bedroom with her brother. And it just kind of gives me hope that, like, I don't know, the kids are really all right. They're doing much better than the rest of us. So, here we go. I used to float, now I just fall down. I used to know, but now I'm not sure now. What was I made for? What was I made for? Taking a drive, I was an ideal, looked so alive. Turns out I'm not real, just something you paid for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday I might. When did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad again. Don't ask my boyfriend. It's not what he's made for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday I might. Think I forgot how to be happy. Something I'm not, but something I can be. It's what I wait for. Something I made for. Something I'm made for. Thank you. Let's hear it for Tracy Stark. Let's hear it for this wonderful audience. Thank you so much. You've made my gay dreams come true. I love all of you. The meeting's adjourned. Good night.